Brian Powell of I Run Far here with Troy Howard after his third place finish at the 2018 Hardrock 100. This is take two, Troy. How's it going?
It's going good. It's a great day out there yesterday. Really happy how things turned out. Didn't have any big expectations going into it, and really happy to see that most of the runners made it in very safely, and it was a beautiful day. And I missed the extreme storms that were out there. I heard that threw a little bit of a wrench into some folks' plans, but I was able to avoid almost all the bad weather. So.
Yeah, it sounds like most of the bad weather was going into night two.
Yeah,
that electrical storm was pretty intense.
That's what I hear. One of the more intense episodes I think ever at Hardrock. So, and
that's saying something.
And it's saying a lot. In 25 years, you can imagine all the different conditions that have been thrown people's way. And I was very happy. I feel like everything just kind of fell into place for me, and really happy. Started really slow, took it easy, felt really great all the way through Sherman.
Which is 70-ish miles.
Yeah, 70-ish miles in. So that, when you're feeling really strong through there, then you can probably make it another 30 miles. And I barely made it.
But that's a long, hard 30 miles.
Very hard. Oh, the last climb, going up to Little Giant, I've trained on there before, but there's nothing like trying to do it at mile whatever it is, 95 or 96.
I mean, it's like a good doubling of like what you can do it fresh and time wise.
Yeah. I just couldn't believe. Actually, I looked at my pacer. He had his GPS, and when you're climbing almost 1,500 feet in a mile at that point in the race, at any point in any race, that would be a lot. But that was about my absolute limit. So I was very happy to get.
Was it a little humbling?
Humbling, to say the least, yeah. And just a reminder that Hardrock is never done until you kiss that rock. It is never done.
Even that last descent is
the whole thing.
Challenge.
Yeah. It's a rocky descent, and then it's a little bit of a traverse into town, and you're a quarter mile from the finish, and you still think it's going to feel like it's going to take you another hour. But then you get to kiss the rock, and you forget about all that suffering. At least for the next few days, as you're recovering, you think back at all the good times. I think.
And what were some of those highlights for you?
So I think this year was special for me in a couple of ways. First, it was my 11th 100-mile finish, but it was also happened to be Saturday. Yesterday was also our 11th wedding anniversary, so it was a sort of a two for one. And the highlight of the race really was coming into Cunningham. And Alex from Smart Wool he knew it was our anniversary, and he had bought us a bottle of champagne, and he gave it to me as I ran in to see my wife, and I was able to give that to her.
That's awesome.
So it was pretty awesome. It was pretty special. So that was definitely the highlight of the day.
Well, now I feel a little bad interrupting your, sort of anniversary meal here a day later.
Oh, you know what? And we're all here because we love Hardrock, and
man.
So you just kind of weave it in and out of just being here. Because in another day or so, like we'll probably all be back to our day jobs
the real life, as a briefing said, Hardrock is not real life.
Yeah, that's right. It's a little bit of a reprieve, and I love my job at Vail Resorts, and just a huge shout out to all my coworkers there. And it's a demanding position that I'm in, but I love it, and so I just love to be able to contrast that, being able to do this and have, a career that I'm really, really happy to be in, and then a great family. How much
is I hadn't really thought of it till now, but how much is Hardrock interwoven into your daughter's life? She's been coming here for a while.
Yeah, it's funny to look back through all the pictures. I think she gets it now. As I was coming in to town yesterday morning, and she runs out to run in with me, and this is a little scary moment. It's like you start to realize how old she's getting. Is that I grab her hand and we start running, and she's running too fast. I say, hey, Kalinda, can you slow down just a little bit? I can't actually run that fast. So yeah, she's, you can start to see the beginnings of, maybe something, she'll catch on and enjoy running on the trails in the mountains as much as we all do.
It's kind of fun, as you say, it's all part of a community and all about being part of Hardrock. Like, it's kind of fun to think of, like, who are those kids hanging out at the finish line? Are we going to be able to, like, be old men standing around watching them kiss the rock?
Yeah. You always want the best for your kids, and of course, I think every parent here would say, boy, I would love to see, my son or daughter some year be able to do what we're able to do. And then you support them in whatever direction they want to go in life. So maybe that'll be the direction she chooses.
Just doing a short interview?
Maybe not.
Knowing my business?
Nope. No. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah.
Sorry about that. There's always something going on around Silverton.
I think it's probably because this might be a wall of a pot shop. But it is a blank stone wall, so we're not...
Yeah, I think we're okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, life. So it was you've run Hardrock 5 times. Yeah.
Yep.
And seemed like it was a challenging finish for you. Was it up there in terms of, like, difficult, or, fatigue, difficulty, whatever you want to say, for like a finish?
Yeah, I think it was. It's hard for me. I haven't had enough time to fully reflect on it. But I think part of it was I really didn't think I was going to be able to do quite as well as I did this year. I mean, to be honest. And I've never finished the course in this direction, and that was really important to me, to be able to finish.
So you're a hard rocker now.
Yeah, so I'm a proper hard rocker. Yeah. And so really that truly was the number one goal. I have to finish in this direction. And then everything else I really didn't have any mental space for. And when things started to look good, then I really, my pacers did a great job of, like, keeping me out in that position where I was. And but that meant, like, I was pushing 110% the rest of the last 30, 40 miles.
Yeah. Lottery, your name going to be back in the lottery for next year? Or?
Well, that's a family decision. So that conversation is probably coming up, this fall for sure. And we'll see. It's so hard to say no to Hardrock, even to put your name in the lottery.
Yeah. But it's a big commitment for you and your family.
It is. So that, as long as it's an all-in family decision. So if we decide that we want to come back here in that capacity next year, we've also talked about, helping the race out in some sort of capacity as well. So most likely we will be back in Silverton.
Well, I look forward to seeing you and your family back in Silverton next July.
Thanks, Brian, and congratulations.
Thank you.